You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning, and thank you for starting your Thursday with us here on Fox 17 News This Morning. It is 8:30 on the dot. We've got two different looks here for you, showing you one, your Code Red threat level for today, and two, we've got a live look from Nissan Stadium into downtown Nashville. Roads are treacherous even when they look like they've been cleared, folks. What we're seeing is a sheet of ice underneath a lot of that. You must head out. We continue our Code Red coverage for you this next half hour.
Yeah, as we take a live look into Nashville this morning, Jen, as you just mentioned, people may not necessarily be able to see it, but I'll tell you what, roads are very treacherous. The question a lot of people are asking is once we finally do see the sun, when will some of that snow melt? We've got Code Red meteorologist Greg Bobos joining us in just a second. Jen, Waddell, I'm AJ Hilton. We're going to start, though, the bottom of this half hour with our team coverage when it comes to traffic, because we have seen treacherous conditions. So we're going to check in with Temple, Ricke, Justin McFarland, and Harriet, Wallace, as well as they give us those ground views from the ground, getting us set with what you can expect as you leave the house. But as I mentioned, let's start with traffic jam, Sam. Sam, snowball fight, but we can't even get to that. We've got this traffic mess to deal with.
Yeah, we got to take this seriously, AJ. A lot of people asking, is it safe to get out? The short answer is no. No, it's not safe. The roads are incredibly slick. We've seen more crashes today than we have all week. What you're looking at behind me here is a standstill gridlock, a parking lot, 65 South, just past I-840 in Williamson County, all due to a jackknifed Amazon tractor trailer. Let's send it out live right now to Fox 17 News' Justin McFarland, who's on the scene. Justin, what are you seeing?
Okay, Sam, here's what we've got. We've got that Amazon tractor trailer. You can see it right there. It is completely blocking the road here, 65, right at the mile marker 58 here as you make your way out of Franklin towards the Spring Hill area. That is where this tractor trailer has blocked the road. You can see they've got a tow truck out here. They're trying to get it out of the road. The problem is there is not one tractor trailer accident. There is two. So there's this accident here that my photographer, Alex, if you will flip the camera all the way around and show the people the long line of cars, then back behind it, there is tractor trailer number 2. That is also jackknife. A red car, they're leading the way here, the red cab rather, with the white trailer. It too is going to need a tow truck. So it's double the duty out here for the tow truck drivers as well as law enforcement. So this area of I-65 could be shut down for quite some time on the southbound lane. You need to find another way around, and we'll stay here as long as we can to bring you live updates about exactly when this could move. For now, we're live. I'm Justin McFarland, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Yeah, serious situation this morning. We were actually just talking in the studio. This is why we always tell you to gas up and prepare an emergency kit just in case you get stuck somewhere. Those cars may not be moving for quite some time, so always take the precautions before you have to head out, if you have to head out. Taking a look, downtown look, it is a snow-covered Music City this morning. We saw 2.8 inches of snow yesterday into the nighttime hours. We are still under a winter storm warning until 6 o'clock tonight. That likely gets lifted before then, but what it tells us, even though most of our rain and snow and freezing rain is done, is that the impact, like you just saw, is going to linger through all of this morning into the afternoon. Temperature right now, 29 degrees in Nashville. We feel like we're in the low 30s out toward the plateau. This is important. We want these numbers to go as high as we can get them for as long as we can to help try to melt what we've already got out there. We have the first round of the ice and snow that is now covered by the new round of snow that is still on the ground for us, and that's going to be there until we can try to melt this. Sun, not a thing we're going to see a lot of today. Taking a look at Doppler radar, things have calmed a little bit north of the state line here in southern Kentucky, but there will still be a chance for a few more flurries and a few more flakes flying later this morning into the afternoon. So we're going to keep our eyes on that for you. We're only going to go to 33 degrees today, so it's going to be a cold one, but we're going to look ahead to when things calm down and warm up. Coming up in my forecast in a few minutes. Right now, we will continue our team coverage by going north of the state line back into southern Kentucky to Fox 17 News, Temple, Ricke.
Hey, good morning, Greg. So things in southern Kentucky are relatively quiet. We do still have these flurries flying, and Public Works is hard at work making sure to get all the snow off the road. If you go ahead and take a look at this huge mound that is just piling up, they've been doing the sidewalks and the streets in this area since 5 o'clock in the morning. And the difference is you'll be able to notice it when I stand up. From yesterday, those snow piles we were seeing, they were more of an ice consistency. It was very hard, whereas this, look at me kicking it down. It's similar to an avalanche. It is like plush snow. So a big difference in the texture, a big difference in the consistency that we're really seeing today. But regardless, it's still dangerous on the roads. So if you do have to head out, of course, always travel with caution. They are working their best to clear the streets. If you take a look, you can start to see that blacktop pavement, but a long ways to go as we are still waiting for the temperatures to warm up and to get this ice and snow from the past 3 days to melt. We will be out here monitoring the situation for you, of course, but as for right now, reporting in Hopkinsville, I'm Temple Ricke, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Temple, thank you. Hey, if you need to get a COVID-19 test today, you need to know that the community assessment centers in Davidson County are closed today because of the winter weather conditions. Now, a reminder, if you do need a COVID test, you can go to doctor's offices, walk-in urgent cares. Also, a lot of pharmacies are having them, so just make sure you check in with your local offices before you go today. And a reminder, all Metro health clinics and facilities will be closed again today. That does include the vaccination site at Music City Center. Metro Health says they are storing the vaccines. None of it's going to waste, and so they hope to be able to resume here soon. And within Metro Nashville Health, that's Davidson County, if you had an appointment in the last day or two or today, they will contact you about rescheduling that first dose vaccine. If you were someone waiting on your second round of the vaccine, you can go to Music City Center any day that they're open, but that will not be today. A quick look at some of the school closures we're still tracking this morning. Austin Peay State University is now going to be remote through today and then closed Friday. Tennessee Tech, the Cookeville campus closed. Trevecca Nazarene closed. Nosy College of Art closed tomorrow. Make sure you get a complete list of closures online, fox17.com, and also scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
Well, our Code Red weather and traffic alert continues as we continue to take a live look this morning. This is what's backed up traffic on I-65 at I-840. This jackknifed tractor trailer, it is continuing to block the road. Traffic has been at a standstill for hours now. We're going to have another live report from Fox 17 News' Justin McFarland on the other side of the break. Good morning. It is 8:40, and we do want to continue our Code Red weather and traffic alert this morning. It has been a challenging couple of days for our Tennessee Highway Patrol troopers this work. They are working tirelessly to make sure that everyone stays safe during this snowy and icy weather. And we are joined live now by Lieutenant Charlie Kaplinger with Tennessee Highway Patrol. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, sir. Let's start with what are troopers seeing out, because I'll tell you what, yesterday out on the roads, I saw people flying by. What are you guys seeing out on the roads this morning?
You know, today we're seeing more cars off the roadway and doing more motorist assist than we are actual crashes. We do have several crashes in the areas of Rutherford County and, of course, the major tie-up south of 840 on I-65, which has been there all morning. It's going to continue to be there for a while. But, you know, people are just driving too fast. It's simple. They're hitting patches of ice. The bridges are still frozen. The roadways on the interstate, the main traveled roadways, are getting better. TDOT is doing an outstanding job of keeping those cleared off as good as possible. But, you know, we're just going to have to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely right. You know, one of the things that we've talked about this morning as well on our show are ice missiles. And some people may not necessarily know what that is. But, I mean, when people are not brushing off their cars, all of a sudden you're putting other drivers in harm's way because now you've got these sheets of ice that are flying off and they can hit someone else's windshield.
That's correct. I mean, you know, when you get ready to leave your house, make sure you clean your car off some. I mean, I know we have a lot of issues with the tractor trailers losing the ice off the top of the trailers, but they have, you know, it's very difficult for them to get up there to clean the tops of those off. So, I mean, you know, you just got to be aware of that. Don't follow one too closely. But the ice missiles can cause lots of damage, and, you know, sometimes they even cause injury. So just, you know, clean your car off to the best of your ability before you leave. And if you do have to get out today, just travel slowly. Take your time, and if you find yourself in need, you can always call us at star THP at star 847, and we'll send a trooper out as quickly as possible.
Lieutenant Charlie Kaplinger with Tennessee Highway Patrol. We appreciate the time and the insight. Thank you for all you are doing to make sure that everyone stays safe on our roads this morning.
Thank you, AJ.
Well, our Code Red weather alert continues this morning, but we also want to remind you to continue to share your photos, your videos with us of the snow, the icy weather. Maybe you want to build a snowman, whatever you want to do. Share it with us. Just make sure you're being safe. Make some snow angels like that kid there. I like where you're going. I see what you're doing. I see you. Go to fox17.com/chime in.
All right, we continue our Code Red steer clear traffic coverage right now, taking a live look at the scene of this gridlock, a complete parking lot on I-65 southbound just past the I-840 exit. Well, what happened? First, a jackknife tractor trailer, an Amazon truck. Now we're learning from Fox 17 News' Justin McFarland, we have 2 tractor trailers that have jackknives. And what that means is that the cab of the truck and the trailer of the truck, the trailer swings ahead out of control of the cab. You've seen it before, the entire cab usually blocking the entire interstate, and that's what's happening here. I'm telling you what, the black ice is prevalent out there. So if you are waking up wondering what the road conditions are like, they are not favorable. If you can stay home, that is certainly your first option. We've had a lot of people on Twitter reaching out saying, is it safe for me to get from here to there or from the airport to here? And my first choice and the short answer is just no, it's not. You don't know what's going to happen. You cannot see that black ice, especially with that fresh blanket of snow. So again, if you can stay home at least one more day, it's definitely going to be in your favor to stay safe. Make sure you join us tomorrow to make sure we know about the road conditions Friday and your steer clear traffic on Fox 17 News this morning. We'll see you then.
Our time right now is 8:46. It has been a morning, to say the least. Not a ton happening actively in the weather pattern right now, but it's everything we're waking up to. The culmination of the entire week has led us to what you've just watched Sam talking about. Not a great start. Waking up to a mess in many spots. We're still in code red for weather because the impact is still there of what we have seen. Things will calm down going into the weekend. We will get a warm-up by the end of the weekend into next week, so we'll have a chance to melt a lot of this ice, a lot of this snow, but it'll take us a little while to get there before we get those really warm temperatures and those good bursts of sunshine. Taking a look, winter storm warning is still in effect until 6 p.m. for just about everyone. For what you just saw, very difficult conditions to get from point A to point B, starting off the morning and even going into the afternoon. Doppler radar not showing as much as it was earlier today, but we have had some on and off snow flurries and light snow showers. We've had a few areas of patchy mist and drizzle. That will continue to be the case here over the next couple of hours. I anticipate we'll see some more snowflakes flying here, even in the metro, late morning into early afternoon. Here's what we've already seen. Lawrenceburg, 5 inches of snow. Chapel Hill, 4.9. Hohenwald, 4 inches of snow. 2.8 officially in Nashville yesterday into the overnight. So code red will continue here. 8th day in a row. We'll continue this into the afternoon for sure because of those slick spots out there. Snow-covered pavement. And under that, in some spots, we have the ice underneath it from earlier this week. So think about it like this. If your area wasn't clear before this last round moved in, it's still stuck underneath what you just put down. Snow-covered roads, decent temps will help us, but defensive driving, that's the biggest thing here. You may trust yourself, but the people around you might not be good drivers in this kind of weather. So make sure you're watching everyone around you as well as yourself to keep yourself safe if you have to go somewhere later today. Wind chills in the teens right now to 20s. We feel like 23 in Nashville, on our way to 33 degrees later this afternoon. And I did mention that chance later this morning into early afternoon, we get a narrow band of some snow that moves through here that could put down an additional dusting for us on top of what we already have. So we're not quite done yet, but most of what we're going to see as far as totals go already on the ground for us. Please download this right now, the Fox 17 Code Red weather app. You will get live looks at the radar. You get our forecast that we update. It's great for winter weather. It's also great for severe weather alerts. Here we go into the weekend. Finally, sunshine comes back on Saturday. Sunday back up near 50 into Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday. Those are the days we need to get here sooner than later. Not just because it'll feel nice to be in the upper 50s close to 60, but throughout this process we'll begin to finally start melting everything we just put down. And Fox 17 News, Harriet, Wallace, you have had a long morning. You've seen people flying by you on the roads, drifting into parking lots. How's it looking out there in Nashville right now?
Pretty good. Better. Hold on. What is that? A better question is, how's it looking for you? I'm hearing back from the review committee in terms of if we're going to pull you off on punishment. Okay, we'll wait. Okay, we're still holding out on that, Greg, but keep those warmer forecasts coming. We thank you so much. Everybody, listen, if you're coming out today, this is a look at West End. Things, as we've said, have cleared up, but it's still pretty slush. You see how this car is coming out right here, sliding around a little bit. That's pretty much what is happening all day. Take a look right over here. More good news, including those warmer temperatures. Businesses are clearly preparing to reopen as they're clearing out their parking lots, and folks can now come out and visit some of these businesses and try and just get back to normal, as whatever that is nowadays, right? So good news that I have to report: warmer temperatures, clear roads, but again, it's still a little slick out there, so we want you to be careful. Everybody be safe and be smart. Reporting live here on West End, Harriet, Wallace, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
You put so much time and energy into it, and you know it's your pride in doing it. So when you lose one, it's kind of tough. So it's like they're part of their family.
The winter storm means a harsh reality for farmers, as many are struggling to protect their livestock from the ice and the snow that's gripping our nation. In Nebraska, for example, farmers say that working the farm in these temperatures can be triple the cost of a normal day. For many, it's been the biggest livestock loss since the polar vortex of 2019, where some lost as many as 500 chickens. Those are the farmers again in Nebraska. The man known as Mattress Mac for decades in Houston is opening his doors again to those who don't have power. 2 furniture stores in the Houston area now serving as warming centers as many battle the fallout from that winter weather. Mattress Mac, whose real name is Jim McInvale, is also providing visitors with a place to rest with all those chairs, couches, and beds, plus free food, coffee, hot chocolate, and blankets.
It's not our privilege to do this. It's not our right to do this. It's our obligation. This is what we were put on the earth to do, is help other people.
McInvale opened his doors in 2017 for locals looking for shelter after Hurricane Harvey.
Gotta tell you, we really enjoyed taking a look at your pictures and your video that you've turned into the newsroom, Fox 17, and we really appreciate everyone who has submitted their pictures. This coming from Casey Pellerine, who says her grandkids having all kinds of fun on the farm in Macon County. Going down that hill there. Looks like they're having a great time. Let's take you out to Hermitage this morning. This photo coming in from Christina McLaughlin out of Hermitage. And check out Chesney. Chesney is enjoying the snow, trying to take a bite out of the snow there, having a great time in the cold temperatures. And we've also gotten so many pictures of people taking of icy trees. And you can see this one coming in from John McGowan as we continue to track this icy weather. He actually took this from drone. His drone took video of that very tall tree, showing the icy and the snow all covering that tree. Want to remind you, you can share what you are seeing outside your home this morning. Make sure you send us your photos, your videos through the Chime In page on our website, fox17.com. By the way, if you are going to do that, make sure you stay safe. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. The handle is @Fox Nashville.
Fox 17 News is continuing our code red weather and traffic alert this morning. If you are headed out, please expect that you are going to find snow and ice on the roads. This is video from 2 jackknife tractor trailers in Williamson County. Make sure you practice defensive driving and keep it here live through 9.